what's up? Think you gon' play me, just know that I'm not one of them. Feel like I don't know you, don't come around, no invaders them.
It's your boy Noto, coming to you another video, coming to you with another podcast, man. And in today's podcast, we're going to discuss the real reason the handsome man's game exists. If you're new here or you already been here, go ahead and click that like button, go ahead and comment, go ahead and subscribe, click that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I drop a video. And without further ado, let's go and get into this topic, guys. Let's get into this topic. Now, I've been hearing about the handsome man's game, and I know everybody is seeing this on this space and seeing all the videos going on around it, about it, and understanding that, okay, it's building a community and seeing what's going on with it. So I'm pretty sure I just want to dib and dab into why it really exists, why it truly exists. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to address the origin of the big major problem with it. And the biggest major problem with this is why the handsome man's game exists. One of the reasons why is that a lot of handsome men that are considered handsome are having trouble with women. Let's start that off. That's the biggest elephant in the room right there. And wow, a lot of people will be like, "Oh man, it's cool. I'm not gonna feel sorry for a handsome guy," but it just is what it is. The thing is, people have different experiences, and when you on that side of the coin, things will look different for you when you usually had this type of thing with women. But let me get into the origin. Let me get into the origin. Now, the origin is once, like, see for instance, like you was in, okay. No, I ain't gonna say for instance. Usually when guys are in high school or like middle school or something like that, the younger girls usually consider looks just about over everything. Okay, they usually consider looks over everything. So now, as a handsome guy at school or something like that, you wouldn't have to try as hard or none of that stuff at all. They'll just really look at you and they'll give you their number. You don't have to work or do anything. You have no effort. You don't have to do anything. So that's how it was in high school, and you know the girls, they choose and they'll send their little notes and they'll just hook up with whatever the guy that they find is the most attractive. They valued more so of the face and visual looks over other things. So that right there in and of itself already kind of created a handicap that you would have to face later. That ends up hindering a lot of these guys. That ends up hindering a lot of handsome men. So what happens here is, once they get out of high school and end up going to college or getting into the real world, what happens is looks aren't enough anymore. It ain't enough just to have just the regular looks and just the regular being just a regular handsome guy. Because people are like, okay, if just being a handsome guy was enough, then we wouldn't need handsome man's game. Let's keep it a buck. Let me say that one more time. If being handsome was enough, if just being handsome was enough, we would not need handsome man's game. Okay, we would not need that. So this is just like this. I'll make another example. It's almost like you playing as a guy that barely go to practice or something like that. He plays JV and he's like really good. He's like a natural, right? He's like a real deal natural, and he plays good. He's playing really good on the field. He's got these finesse moves and all that. So he's juking the JV, so they end up moving him to varsity. He plays and he's running circles around these guys. He's doing his thing, right? He's doing his thing. He didn't have to put much effort. He don't hardly go to practice. He just show up and show out, right? He just show up and show out. But he ends up, say for instance, the same guy ends up going to college. But then it's like, all of a sudden, he's not showing out anymore. Why is he not showing out anymore? Why is he not being on the highlight reel? Because these guys that he's facing now are bigger and faster. You see what I'm saying? These guys are bigger and faster. These guys represent more of a challenge. They're just like him. So now you have to try things. Now you got to bring your ass to practice. Now you got to work on your craft. Now you got to work out more and do other things to try to get your edge on these guys. Because the little stuff that you was doing before with no effort, it's not working here where you have to put in effort. And that's the same thing right here. So these guys, when they was handsome in high school and middle school, didn't have to develop any type of sex appeal or nothing like that. A lot of guys, these handsome guys, don't have any sex appeal. It was enough for them to just to look good. You know, just like now in the world with women, it's enough for them to just look good for guys to just run up to them and stuff like that. But now it's just not like that anymore. Now we'll get complimented on our looks, we'll get complimented on that and stuff like that. But other than that, this is about as far as it goes. Then you end up getting a brother vibe, and a lot of these guys end up in the friend zone. They end up in the friend zone now because you good looking face and cool to be around. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, what the big problem with it is, why the handsome man games exist as well, is because got a lot of guys, they can attract women. Okay, I'm attracting her. She said I'm handsome, but she's not feeling like you're sexy. You're not making her wet. You're not making her want to jump your bones. That's what it is. You're just a good-looking guy, just like I say, these news reporters and stuff we say on there. You can look at the news reporter. Just like a regular schmegular guy. Okay, you got a handsome face, man. That's all it's that. That's all it is. Your sister, your family members, your auntie or something like that can just call you handsome. That don't mean they want to let you smash. That's the big problem. That's a big problem. They have a lot of trouble with women because back then it was just easy for them. It was effortless for them. And for the anime fans, just like Frieza, he was already powerful when he was this alien. He's alien race. He's a mutant race, and he was already powerful. He didn't have to train. But when he took his ass up to on the Revival of F movie, you notice that he had to train. All of a sudden, he got mad because he got his ass whooped by Goku, Trunks, and all of them. So he was like, damn, the power that I had and didn't have to train for, it wasn't enough to overcome his obstacles. Goku and Trunks and them, Trunks sliced his ass up. Goku and Vegeta was whooping his ass. They all had turns with him. So when he got there, he had to train to get to his golden form. He had to train. He had to evolve. You see what I'm saying? He had to evolve. The thing is, when you do something and you get something with no effort, and now when you get to another spot where you have to put in effort, that is a big jump for a lot of guys. That is a big jump for a lot of guys. That's why a lot of guys be looking like, I know I look better than this guy, so why I can't get this girl? Why he got this girl? That's why. This guy might have a lot of sex appeal. This guy probably look like she can tell up in the bedroom. That's another thing. It's the image. Sex appeal. You a handsome guy but no sex appeal. And a lot of these guys probably don't work out. Probably a bigger guy with a handsome face, probably a slimmer guy with a handsome face, and just no type of sex appeal, nothing about swagger, about how you do anything. You just a handsome guy. It is what it is. You'll get compliment on your looks. You'll get your looks. You'll get even a small bit of a handsome man privilege. You'll get that. But when it comes to the outcomes that you really want, and you see other guys getting, you be like, okay, dang. This ain't enough just to look good. That's the origin, guys. That's the origin. Another part of this could be, okay, that's for the ones that's been handsome and already grew up handsome. For the guys that end up looks maxing and end up glowing up, for you guys, this is just like this is what happened to me. See, when you on this side of the coin for so long, you're like, dang, man, I can't do this. You have time to try to develop game. You see what I'm saying? These guys right here, you had the time to develop game because you wasn't being chose like this. You had to put in effort to get women. You see what I'm saying? You had to go through the most to try to get women. You had to do other things to get women. So now you probably ended up working on your body. You ended up working on all the other things outside of yourself and ended up looks maxing and ended up glowing up. See, these guys, it's kind of better for them because they've seen how it's like, what it's like to have to work for something and go through something. Now that they're on this other end of the spectrum, it can, they can take that on to them. They get the sex appeal with that. See, that's what happened with me. I had the sex appeal because I was working out. I had the muscles and everything. So I didn't got tatted up. I lost a lot of weight. For me, the looks match was losing my weight and just getting my style and my style of hair and everything, together. This is me. This is how I present myself. This is my look, and it works. This is what it is. Got a hell of a response from women everywhere I go. But anyway, being on this end of the coin, seeing both ends of the coin, it makes you realize that. It makes you realize that you had to work for this. But sometimes what will happen, and what happened to me, you start depending on your looks too much. That's a big thing with both ends. Ones that already grew up with being handsome, and the ones that glowed up and looks maxed to become handsome, is they'll end up depending too much on the looks. Now they'll be like, okay, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and they end up probably slacking off, whatever, and end up, okay, understand that you still have to put in some work. It doesn't mean that you got to go and jump hoops like a lot of other guys and average guys and stuff like that. And let me talk about that right quick. Let me talk about that. The thing is about someone, these videos aren't relatable to the most guys. It's not meant to be relatable for average guys because it is not called average guy game. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm gonna get into that later. But anyway, when you're this type of guy and you depend too much on your looks, it can be detrimental to you. Because then you feel like I don't have to work on any other area. Oh, I just walk up, and you think girls just gonna walk up to you. If you can have sex appeal or everything, you still gotta be able to talk to the woman. Now, talking to them, you don't have to have this type of eloquent, cold ass, rhythm down ass mouthpiece. I'm gonna tell you that now. You don't need to have that. You don't need to have that. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Nobody. No content creators, no dating coaches, nobody. You do not need to have no cold ass mouthpiece. I'll tell you that now. You don't need a cold ass mouthpiece when a woman finds you attractive, sexy and attractive. You don't, because you could just have a regular conversation and turn them on. You can have a regular conversation because they already turned on by you. They already like what they see. Why you think that the guys that they don't like, they can say the same thing they can say one thing, and you can come and they look at them as a creep, but you can come by and say the same thing they said after they didn't reject that guy and shoot that guy off. You can say the same thing in the same way, but she likes you and she views you as an attractive guy. You will get a different outcome than that different guy. This is what I want to talk about here. See, another thing I like about Kevin Samuels is when he was talking about these women and stuff like that, and the beauty and what type of outcomes people get. This is a very serious thing. This is a very good point he made. Look at the type of outcomes you get. If you're an average guy and you know you don't get these type of outcomes, the type of outcomes where girls are always watching you, girls are always checking you out, girls are always trying to find ways to try to seduce you. These are the type of outcomes you get when you're considered a handsome and select guy. Or I really like to say select guy, because the reason I don't like to say handsome a lot nowadays is because nowadays I just know that your sister could call you handsome and just be like, okay, yeah. But I'd rather just be called sexy. I'd rather be, I'd rather be called that and be on the select end of things, because I know that just being handsome ain't enough. It just ain't enough. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is the type of outcomes that I got versus when I wasn't select, and now that I'm considered select, it was like night and day. This is why I know that this exists. And the thing is, if it wasn't such a big thing, if it wasn't such a problem and a lot of guys couldn't resonate with this, then it wouldn't even be a thing. Why you think Ron Will's video got like more than half a ticket on his views about Handsome Man Game? Why you think these Handsome Man Games videos are going up? Because it's a real thing. It's not about something about, feel sorry for a handsome guy. It just is what it is. We have these types of experiences. Like these are the type of outcomes that we have that with women, that you would think some guys don't have the outcomes that they see other guys having too. So that's another reason why I know I'm considered handsome, but why am I not getting the same outcomes I was getting when I was in high school? I used to be able to get girls without doing anything. But this guy over here, he's average looking or whatever, but he probably got some he got the masculinity, he got some body on him, and he probably got the swagger, all kind of stuff, and the charisma and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of handsome guys out here that just aren't really confident in themselves. They don't really have any charisma. It is really just like this goody two-shoe nice guys. Like, no, there's nothing sexy about that. Just to keep it a buck. You want a woman to view you as sexy. I like that way better. Now you like you know what I'm saying? I like them saying that, oh, you sexy. I like that. You fine. I like hearing stuff like that. I don't like hearing you're just handsome, because it's like calling a girl like a girl cute or something like that. They look like cute. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that like that. They like to be called beautiful and, oh, you bad as well. Something like that. Something around the sexual realm. Because at the end of the day, women view men in a sexual manner. Shout out to Ron Wills. No, even if you're not doing anything sexual in that environment, they still gauge you from a sexual standpoint. Regardless, it's just a subconscious thing. So that's why a lot of guys, these handsome guys, have a problem, is because they're not exhibiting that. They're not giving off that energy. It's, I tear that shit up, or I tear that. No, you look too goody. You look too handsome and goody two shoe looking that you don't even look like you can. They can't even picture themselves giving you something. They can't even picture you smashing them. A lot of girls, they'll look at you like, okay, you think they don't look at you, but like, okay, he can get it. Yes. The same way we look at women like, okay, dang, I smash that. You know what I'm saying? I hit that shit straight up. I tear that shit up. They look at us the same way. They gauge that. But if they look at you and you look like you ain't about it, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter if you just handsome or whatever. It's a subconscious turnoff. Now, some of them might give you a shot or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, from their standpoint, that's how they look at things. It just is what it is. Now, another thing is, a lot of guys face a lot of jealousy, and a lot of guys didn't understand where it was coming from. But now you're saying, okay, dang, These guys are jealous because I look good. And that's a real thing. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That is a real thing. Guys will be jealous of you just because of how you look. Because of how you look. It ain't really much of a woman thing. It's more of a guy thing. Now, women can be intimidated. Women can do these things. But it's more, I put like this, it's more of the guys doing this than it is the women. That's what from my experience. Because a lot of guys, they will look at themselves and compare themselves to you. And feel like, oh, he could take my girl. So that's what all the mate guarding come from. Because a lot of them are insecure when they look in the mirror. But they look at you and you be like, okay, dang. And now they look at these guys in the movies and all this other stuff and they feel like, oh, I can't measure up. And notice something too. It ain't like women going around with a damn scale or ruler measuring jawlines and all this other stuff. And another thing, when you see these jawline or these face rating things or rate this man or how does his face look and facial structures and all that, don't you notice that it's always a man's voice narrating these videos? I haven't seen one video where they're assessing a guy's looks and his face where there's a woman narrating or talking about that. Not one. So what should that tell you? Why in the fuck do you care about what another man said about you? That's another thing. You're always worrying about what another guy thinks. You're so busy worrying about what another guy's saying about a man's face than what actually will get a girl's pussy wet. That's the biggest problem. That's a big problem. A huge problem. Get you some damn muscle. Hit the fucking gym. Hit the gym. Why you think we push the body game? Shot at the wrong wheels. Because it works. It works. That's why a lot of these guys you view as average have a little edge over you. Because they're developing their sex appeal. That's the foundation of sex appeal. The body. Now some guys can be handsome and have a tight body and still have no charisma or something like that. You still gotta have a certain mannerism with it. You can have a mode switch or something like that, but have some type of element to you that'll show a woman when they look at you that you'll tear that shit up one way or another. Give them that element. Give them that. Let them have that. You see what I'm saying? If they can't see that in you, they can't gauge that. This is why the handsome man's game exists, because a lot of these guys can't grasp the fact, like, damn, why is this happening? Why is she playing games with me? Why she want my attention? Why she want me to validate her? And why does she want me around and don't want to give me none? This is why. You look good, she'll hang out with you, yeah, all that, but she ain't letting you smash. Cause you don't turn her on. You don't get a pussy wet. It just is what it is. It is what it is. You cool enough to hang around, yeah, you look good or whatever, but you ain't turning her on. And that's something I had to realize. I had to realize that. So hopefully this gave you some insight on why the handsome man games really exist. So I just want to just get into it, because a lot of guys feel like, okay, you're doing the most and y'all saying this, y'all just a bunch of narcissists. No, this is a real thing. These people have real experiences. As a handsome guy myself, and I've been told multiple times by women, not by no damn man. Fuck what a man got to say. Plenty of women call me handsome. Plenty of women that call me sexy as fuck, fine as fuck. It is what it is. Now, it is what it is. I'm sorry I don't make guys' pussies wet. I'm sorry. Not sorry, actually. But I don't give a fuck. But yeah, I don't appeal to the guy. It's what the women say. Everywhere I go, I get these types of outcomes. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. I love that word, outcomes. We have these types of outcomes. So just don't strive to be a handsome guy. Looks max, and appeal to the woman's sexual nature, because women see men in a sexual manner. Once you get that down, a lot of these problems will dissipate. But anyway, it's your boy Noto. Come to another video, come to another podcast, man. If you're new here or you already been here, go and click that like button, go ahead and comment, go and subscribe, click that notification bell so you be notified whenever I drop a video. And remember, guys, anybody can improve themselves, they're willing to work at it. I'm out.
I'm chillin', I really ain't worried about niggas. I promise I keep it Hakuna Matata. Even though niggas be looking and sounding like me, that boy Morris said I'm not the father. Swear I'm a dog, I get vicious when I'm irritated. I might need a shock on my collar. Don't got a filter, just keep it straightforward. I play my position, Andre Iguodala. Ain't no exposing me, I get in D, hit a ovary. Don't even go down that road with me. And if a chicken obsessed, I don't need it. I want that Miss Parker with Professor Ogilvy. Bitch ain't no testing me, none of these bitches be stressing me. Capping like they got the best of me. But if she go off and get with another man, really she still gon' be thinking about sexing me. Done with these bitches, let's get to this paper. One piece of the pie, still out on the merit. Chasing that money, Coyote Road Runner, ain't doing no talking, just like Tom and Jerry. Ain't no beef or no drama, it won't make no money to me, it's just unnecessary. But if I'm pushed, I'm gon' have to crash out on a nigga, and then I'ma call up as Gary.